Alright, so we're getting a new Sonic game. But not just any Sonic game, a new Sonic Boom game. Despite Sonic Boom, Rise of Lyric, and Shattered Crystals being two of the worst received games and worst as far as sales goes, for some reason Sonic Team has decided that we need to do this again. You know that game we made that was like completely terrible, no one liked? Let's do that again. I mean, it could just be Sonic Boom in title. Maybe, they're going for something different. I doubt that though. Like, just looking at the gameplay that we have from the trailer announcement, it looks just like Shattered Crystal on 3DS, which, to be fair, was better than Rise of Lyric, the Wii U version, which was an unplayable mess. But saying your game was better than an unplayable mess isn't really saying much. So yeah, here we have Sonic Boom, Fire and Ice, and yeah, that's the new take on the game. They're going to have elements of fire, like you see some fire blocks, or some ice blocks that you have to use fire to melt, and then there's segments with water where you have to use the powers of ice to freeze the water and able to walk over it. I mean, it's just a gimmick. Like, I don't really care about that. Like, any gimmick can work if you just figure out a way to use it interestingly throughout the levels. But what my real concern is Shattered Crystal's design was just bad. Like, let's not even focus on the fact that the game was pretty much, it was an exploration game. It wasn't a Sonic game. You don't just run from point A to point B with different routes and emphasis on speed. Instead, it was about collecting a bunch of items. Like, I mean, yeah, as Sonic you can move kind of fast going from left to right, but there's a lot of puzzle segments to slow you down, and you just had to go all throughout the level to find these things, otherwise you can't progress in the game. They said they're not doing that anymore, which is awesome. Like, now it's supposedly all of that's optional now. Like, you can just go from A to B, and if you want to, you can go to the high points or low points of the level in order to find things. So it still has that exploration, which is kind of the whole theme of the Sonic Boom universe. So that's good. I like the idea. But again, the problem is the actual design of these levels. If you actually look at Shattered Crystal, it uses a lot of the same set pieces. Like, you'll be running straight, there will be some platforms separated by water, you jump 2 times, you hit a spring, you go up, and then there's 3 platforms again separated by water, you jump over them, there's a spring. Like, it's the exact same set pieces. Like, you hit that spring, you go to the second spring, and then there's those platforms. Like, I mean, like, yeah, there's going to be repetition, but when your level uses set pieces so often that you're literally not sure if you've progressed or you've somehow gone backwards in the level, that's terrible. That is absolutely terrible. You should be able to tell you've progressed throughout the level. And Sonic Boom, Fire and Ice, I mean, maybe, but it's just, I have no faith. As a Sonic fan, you learn to not have faith. I mean, Sonic Generations was fun. It was fun. Like, I enjoyed the game. Yeah, there were bad things about it. Sonic Generations wasn't a super amazing game, but it was fun. That's all I really want. It's a game, I want to have fun. But I just don't see that with Fire and Ice. I really don't. I just Sonic Generations, and then you go to Sonic Lost World, and Lost World was cool. Like, it was definitely a step down, but I understood what they were going for. They wanted Sonic to become more platform based, because I mean, it's a platform game. It makes sense to be platform based. So you know they make it so Sonic doesn't just run. Like instead you have to hold a one of the triggers down in order to run. So by default Sonic moves at a slower pace, which makes it easier to platform. Like that's always one of the biggest criticisms you'll see from like the big guys like IGN and GameSpot, all that. Like the main critique is, hey, I keep falling off these platforms when I'm trying to platform. I mean, yeah, these game press guys are generally pretty bad at video games, but you know the criticism is fair. Like Sonic moves really fast, so in order to have platforming you need to have larger platforms in order for him to land on them and still be able to progress at the same pace you're going, because you need to be able to see all of that. You need ample time in order to react, otherwise it's just a memorization game, which you know isn't bad per se, but not everyone wants memorization. They want to be able to play the game, you know, just as they put their hands on the controller. They don't want to have to watch a video or play through the level and die 50 times figuring out how to progress. Like Super Ghouls and Ghosts, that's a game that is very much memorization. If you don't know what's up next, you die. Not everyone likes that kind of design. But yeah, Sonic Lost World, not everyone liked it, but it I mean, I feel if they made a second game for Lost World, I feel the designers would have a better idea of what they were going for, and they could have made a good game. It wouldn't have been the speed Sonic game that most people look for when they hear Sonic, but it still would have been a good game. Like people would have been able to pick it up and enjoy it. But that's not Fire and Ice. It's not there. I mean, it's not out yet, so I can't really say anything. But just going by what I see currently, it looks like Shattered Crystal. Even if they make a Shattered Crystal where you don't have to go for the exploration, my hopes just really aren't that high. Playing all these Sonic games, like many of which have been pretty bad, and some of them that are okay, and then you have the few good ones. And the very rare great ones, like that doesn't really happen. But yeah, you play all of these games and you just know where to look to find the bad. And so when I'm looking to find the bad here in Fire and Ice, the game was just made so fast. Like Shattered Crystal and Rise of Lyric came out just a year ago, and now here's Fire and Ice. Where's the development time to, you know, figure out what they're doing and make a good game? I mean, this is the second 3DS game, and it's made by the same development team. So theoretically, they should have I don't know what they should have. I'm crazy, but yeah, you would think a development team that has made a Sonic game and is now going on to make a second, they have experience. They've learned from their mistakes. Personally, I don't feel Sanzaru Games, the development team that made Shattered Crystal, learned anything. Sega producer Omer Woodley, he said that the group has a concept of Sonic and what makes him unique, but that they also got on board for making Sonic more exploratory and having more adventure instead of that classic arcadey feel. Now, that's what I don't understand. Like, he's supposedly happy with Sanzaru Games because they understand what makes Sonic unique. But then he goes and is so happy about them because they're going away from what makes him unique. They want to make an exploratory Sonic, one that is more adventure based. That doesn't make any sense. If you want someone to make a Sonic game and you're happy about their grasp of Sonic, it should be because they have a grasp of Sonic and they understand, you know, Sonic's about speed, Sonic's about having these really cool sections and moments where you just feel awesome because you're Sonic the Hedgehog. But instead, they've made it their own thing, which, you know, isn't a bad thing, but that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for Sonic. And so, you know, it's how fast this game came out. With it just coming out a year ago, the last Sonic Booms, this feels like a cash grab. Like, it's coming out in time probably for the holiday season. Like, it's gonna come out probably before Black Friday or for Christmas. So all these parents can go buy this game for their kids that saw the Sonic Boom cartoon on TV on Cartoon Network. And you know, that's something that really makes me upset when someone makes a game for kids. And not just that, but when they're making a game for kids, they think of it that way. They're like, this game's for kids, so it doesn't matter. Like, I can just do whatever. This isn't a main Sonic game. This is an addition to a cartoon show that I'm going to sell to kids. What about a kids game means it has to be a bad game, something with no quality control? That's just terrible. I was a kid. I hope you were a kid too once before. And when it was Christmas and I got a new game, I'm overjoyed. I'm like, yes, this is awesome. Let me go play it. I'm going to have so much fun. And then, you know, I put it in my console, turn it on, and it's terrible. This game is absolutely terrible. This game was clearly just made to license in with some cartoon or some movie or some like toy line or whatever that, you know, I'm interested in as a kid. But this game was just thrown together and it's trash. And like, what do you do as a kid when you have this trash game? Like, you can't go to your mom or your grandma or whatever and be like, hey, this game's utter trash. If you tell that to them, they're gonna look at you like, wow, I went and bought this game for you. Like, I used my hard-earned money to buy you a video game for you to enjoy, and you're just going to throw that gift back in my face? You know, no kid wants to do that. You get the bad game and it's just like, well, that sucks. I get to enjoy this bad game now. Huzzah! Or, you know, just not play it. So Sonic has this terrible reputation, and I don't think Sonic Boom Fire and Ice is really going to help with that. But what do you guys think? Please let me know in the comments below. And if you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe. And, you know, maybe share it around with some people. And hopefully we can get a really good discussion going about what makes a good Sonic game. And then just maybe Sonic Team will hear us and decide to follow up with what we've been saying. Yeah, I know, I'm crazy.